This might be it. The leak we've all been holding our breath for. What appears to be the biggest leak in VR history has just surfaced, and it's all about the Meta Quest 4. We're talking about rumored specs so powerful they could finally bridge the gap to console-quality graphics in a standalone headset. There are whispers of advanced eye and face tracking becoming a standard feature, which could make virtual interactions feel shockingly real. The rumored list of upgrades is just wild, and we're going to break down everything that's being talked about, from the powerful new guts to the redesigned hardware. But this leak isn't all sunshine and rainbows. In fact, it seems to contain one devastating detail that changes the whole timeline. And the most shocking part, the newly revealed release date. And trust me, you are not going to like it. The leak and the sorcerer. Let's get into it. This isn't just some random post on a shady forum. The picture we have is being pieced together from what appears to be internal roadmap information, which is now being discussed and corroborated by some of the most reliable industry insiders, the same people who have nailed Meta's hardware plans in the past. These little glimpses behind the curtain at Meta's Reality Labs tell a fascinating, and frankly, a frustrating story. For a while now, we've heard whispers of internal codenames like Pismo Low and Pismo High, which many believed were two different versions of the Quest 4. What we're seeing today suggests a massive strategy shift inside Meta. It points to what the true successor to the Quest 3 will likely be, and sheds some light on why it's taking so long to arrive. Now, as we always say with leaks of this size, you have to take it all with a healthy dose of salt. Details can and absolutely do change. Projects get the axe, and roadmaps get redrawn. However, the sheer volume of chatter around this suggests we're looking at a very real, if painful, roadmap for the future of Meta's next-gen VR. The brains of the beast processor and performance. Let's start with the heart of the beast, the processor. This is where the real magic is supposed to happen, and the leaks are pointing to something special. All signs point to a next-generation, custom-tuned Qualcomm Snapdragon chipset, most likely the Snapdragon XR2 Gen 3, or maybe even a newer version with custom Oryon cores. So, what does that actually mean for us gamers? Well, this wouldn't just be a small step up like we saw in previous generations. We're talking about a potential monumental leap in both processing power and efficiency. This is the kind of power that could finally be the key to unlocking experiences that get much closer to true, console-level graphics on a wireless headset. Forget being chained to a multi-thousand-dollar PC. Imagine games with more complex physics, vast open worlds, and smarter NPCs, all running smoothly right on the headset. But it's not just about pretty graphics. This new silicon is expected to have a huge focus on AI. For us, that translates to smarter, more responsive hand tracking that feels almost one-to-one. It means in-game voice commands that just work, instantly and reliably. It's all about making the headset not just more powerful, but more intuitive. To back up this new brain, the leaks also suggest a big jump in memory. Rumors claim that base models of the Quest 4 could start at 8 GB of RAM, with premium versions possibly offering up to 16 GB. For the power users out there, that's a dream come true. It would enable actual multitasking, letting you hop between a game, a browser, and Discord without everything grinding to a halt. It opens the door for complex 3D modeling and video editing to run smoothly right inside VR. A window to new worlds, a display and optics so that power is useless if you're staring at a pixelated mess. And that's where the next part of this leak gets really exciting. The Quest 4 is rumored to feature major upgrades to its display and optics. We're expecting a significant jump in resolution, pushing us ever closer to that Retina level where pixels become invisible. Higher refresh rates are also on the table, with 120 Hz likely becoming the new standard for buttery smooth gameplay and comfort. Some reports even speculate about the use of advanced micro-OLED displays in the premium models, which would be a huge deal for color and contrast. But the real game changer here, the feature Meta seems to be betting the farm on, is mixed reality. The full color pass-through on the Quest 3 was a great first step, but let's be honest, it's still a bit grainy. The Quest 4 aims to perfect it. Leaks point to a new camera array with much higher resolution, combined with new depth sensors to map your room in real time. This could allow for a much more believable blend of the real and virtual worlds. Your living room would no longer just be a fuzzy backdrop, it could become an interactive part of the game. Imagine a virtual ball that can realistically bounce off your actual walls. That's the goal. The way we interact to controllers and tracking. So we've got the power and the visuals, but how will we actually interact with these new worlds? This leak details to massive rumored upgrades, redesigned controllers, and the inclusion of advanced, built-in tracking. First up, the controllers are reportedly getting a full ergonomic redesign for more comfort. But the bigger story is the tech inside. We're expecting significantly enhanced haptics for more realistic feedback. Imagine feeling the texture of a virtual object or the kick of a weapon in your hands. Some rumors even suggest the controllers might feature their own cameras or sensors, which could finally get rid of the tracking rings while making the tracking itself nearly flawless. But the single biggest leap forward detailed in this leak is the potential inclusion of high-fidelity eye and facial tracking, likely in the premium Quest 4 model. This is huge for two reasons. For social VR, it's the holy grail. Your avatar could finally mirror your real-life facial expressions and eye movements, making interactions feel incredibly natural. But for performance, it's even more important. Eye tracking enables something called foveated rendering. The headset tracks exactly where you're looking and renders that tiny spot in full resolution, while lowering the detail in your peripheral vision where you won't notice it. This simple trick could massively boost performance, allowing that new processor to push even more impressive graphics. The twist, the release date. So, let's recap. We have a headset that sounds like science fiction. A true next-gen device with a rumored revolutionary processor, stunning new displays, and game-changing tracking. It's the device we've all been dreaming of. You're probably thinking, this is incredible. When can I get one? Late 2025. Well, this is where the leak takes a dark turn. Buried in all the chatter is the one detail nobody wanted to hear, the release date. Brace yourself, because this is a punch to the gut. The most credible information we have right now, based on multiple insider reports and analysis, points to the Meta Quest 4 releasing in 2025. In fact, we are now looking at a release window of late 2026 at the absolute earliest, with some suggesting it might even be pushed to 2027. So why the soul-crushing delay? It seems Meta hit a major roadblock. According to insiders, the company completely scrapped at least major prototypes that were contenders for the Quest 4. They're essentially going back to the drawing board, likely because they felt the leap over the excellent Quest 3 and the more budget-friendly Quest 3S just wasn't big enough to call it a true sequel. They don't want an update. They want a revolution. And a revolution, apparently, takes a very, very long time. What this means for us and the market. So what does this all mean for us, the VR community? On one hand, it's incredibly frustrating. The thought of waiting another 2, maybe even 3 years for a true next-gen headset is a tough pill to swallow. It means if you just bought a Quest 3, you can relax. Your headset won't be obsolete anytime soon. This long delay also throws the door wide open for competitors. It gives companies like Apple, Samsung, Google, and Valve a massive window to catch up and maybe even pull ahead. But on the other hand, and this is the silver lining, this could be a good thing in the long run. A rushed product is never good. A longer development cycle means the final Quest 4 will likely be a much more polished and future-proof device. It also means we might see a different kind of high-end Meta headset arrive before the Quest 4. Leaks are swirling about a new project, codenamed Puffin, described as ultralight glasses with a separate, tethered compute puck. This Puffin device might not be for gaming, but more of a productivity headset to compete with Apple's Vision Pro at a lower price. It's a fascinating pivot that shows Meta is exploring new ideas while the Quest 4 is on its long journey. So that brings us to the big question I have for all of you. On one hand, we have these incredible, game-changing rumored specs. On the other, a painfully long wait. Are these specs worth waiting until 2026 or even 2027 for? Or is this massive delay a deal-breaker that has you looking at other options? Let me know exactly what you think down in the comments. I'm genuinely curious to hear your take on all this. To wrap it all up, the Meta Quest 4 is shaping up to be an absolute monster of a VR headset, at least on paper. The leaked specs promise to completely redefine what standalone VR is capable of, from its processor to its tracking to its mixed reality. It seems to be a massive leap forward. But that leap comes with a massive cost to time. With a release now looking like late 2026 or even 2027, the wait is going to be a long one. Of course, this is all based on leaks, and things are clearly shifting inside Meta. Roadmaps can change, so you can bet we will be covering every single update as it drops. Make sure you're subscribed with notifications on so you don't miss a thing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.